say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I feel like I'm Ricky when I'm in his Maybach. I just went 360 when it got the waves back. 360. And I call your bitch a mattress cause I laid that.
What's up, BankRoll fam? Today, well, actually tonight, because it's late at night, and we just thought we haven't talked to our people in a while.
We wanted to bring y'all a video.
So we're going to talk to y'all about the issues that we have at work. And hold on, let me let you guys know. We both respect our elders. Believe me, we do. But with the place we work at, it's like we pretty much deal with like
it's hard to
elderly people.
Them.
Yeah, I mean we get like, let's say out of 100 elderly people, I say about 90 of them are cool. But those 10 that are just jackasses, like oh my goodness, they really rub me the wrong way. So we just thought we'd do like a little story time and kind of tell y'all about the experiences that we had at work. So I'm gonna let her start with her little boyfriend at work. Tell him about your boyfriend at work.
No, it's not my boyfriend. So there's like this Mexican dude, and he like, we work in the cafeteria part at the little place that we work at. Mm-hmm. And he works like across from us, but like at a good distance. Like
he's like a vendor. He sells like shirts and hats to the people at a little facility, whatever.
But he always coming up there for hamburgers and stuff. But then I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago, I was walking because I had just clocked out and everything, and I was going to see him before I left because he stays later than I do. And as I'm walking, he walks up to me. He was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "To see my boyfriend." And he was like, "Who?" And I was like, "My boyfriend." And I was like, "Jamie." And then I was like, "He's in the store right now." And then he just looked at me and he was like, "I thought I was your boyfriend." And I had no idea what to say. I just kind of chuckled and I just walked off because that shit was just awkward as hell.
Bruh,
like,
and he's like always doing something. So then one time, I actually had to check him, bro. I know it sounds petty, like, bro, why am I finna like get on this old man's ass?
It started because like I had got there in the morning because I get there at 9
They separated our shifts, by the way. We used to work together, but now they separated. Bro.
Yeah, I got there and I don't even like mornings. Like mornings are not for me. I just want to go to sleep. But when I got there, he was like, he walked up to the thing to get some breakfast. And he kept talking to me, and like, you know, I just got my braces off, but I just got my braces off, and he was like, "Oh, let me see your smile." So I just went like that to show him my teeth. I didn't really smile. And then he was like, "Oh, you got a nice smile." He just like basically kept complimenting me, but it wasn't just on my teeth.
So she was flirting with the old man.
No, I was not. And then there was this other guy that we worked with. I'm not gonna say his name, but this other guy that we worked with.
He's older too, by the way.
He was telling him, he was like, "Hey, you need to chill. You need to chill." He was like, "She's old enough to be like one of his kids, you know. I'm 20. I don't know. Some people be thinking like we're like 15 to 16, like in this place. So that don't even make sense." But he was like, "You need to chill." And then he was like, "You know, she has a boyfriend and he'll be here." And he was like, "No, she's not. He's not gonna be here till 10:30 because like I told him the schedule before." And then as soon as Jamie got there. Jamie was in the back, and I told him.
So look, I was in the back. I guess he thought he was slick. So then, you know, I'm ashamed. But look, I went out there, and he was there. And I guess he didn't know I was there, so he was startled when I got out there. And I was like, "Bro," I was like, "You still trying to flirt?" Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit.
Bro.
Sorry about the interruption. But I guess he didn't know I was there. So, like, when I came out, I was like, "You not going to flirt with her?" And he was like, "Huh?" Like, he didn't hear me. I said, "So you're not going to flirt with her because I'm here, right?"
And he be trying to make jokes, and it's just like,
bro, get your old ass on. So then...
Sorry about my hair, too, guys.
So then, I was like, "You're not going to flirt with her, huh?" He was like, "No, because you're here." So then I just looked at him, and we was just staring at each other, and then he walked off. So now every time he comes up there, like... He'll talk to her, but he already knows, like, bro, don't joke with me because I was like to shit you.
And then today, I was getting, like, he came up there, and he gets the same thing every time, so I kind of already know what he's getting. And I was like, "What can I get for you?" So I really don't know why I asked. But then he was like, "Your number." And I literally just looked at him. I was like, "Nigga, like, if you don't get your old ass on, like..."
Not to mention, he wears jean shorts, bro. Like, and them hoes be big as fuck. But look, that's not the point of the video. So... that's pretty much it. Like, that man is just a creep, and like he does the same stuff every day, and it's just annoying. But let me tell y'all
he's just loud
about this one time This dude,
this is story number 2.
Like, this dude almost caught it over some grits. Like, bro, like, I was literally finna smack this man over some grits. So, it's breakfast time, and I'm not a morning person. So, you know, we up there, and he ordered us his little breakfast or whatever. And he didn't order grits. So, he comes up, and he's like, can I have some butter for my grits? And he didn't have any grits. So then I guess once we gave him some butter, like, bro, you didn't have no grits, but we still gave him some butter. So then he goes and he sits down, and then he comes back up and he's like, with his tray, he's like, you didn't give me my grits. So then I'm just like looking around, like, bro, who you talking to? Like, he had an attitude.
I didn't even really know this happened. Like, I was literally standing next to him. I guess I was either ringing somebody up or I was doing something else. I mean, I know I was next to Jamie, but like, I don't recall any of this happening.
So then he's like showing me his tray, and I'm like, bro, you didn't order any grits. And he starts shouting. He's like, I did order some grits, like with this finger, like this finger. He's like all in my face. I'm like, bro, you didn't order no grits, like word for word. I called him bro and all. And he was like, I did order some grits. So I took his tray because, you know, the customer's always right. I took his little tray and I just threw some grits in there. And then I slammed his tray on the thing. And he was like, I don't know why I paused, but he was like, don't snatch from me. So I'm like, I just look at him again because, you know, I can't be up there, you know, roughing up the old heads, bro. I might get some
Why you
bad karma.
hands like that?
I don't know, but I mean, and then he went to sat down, and like the whole time he's eating, like we just staring at each other, like, and like I'm waiting for him to pop off.
They so, like, they want you to expect your elders, but
then like they talk to you like shit.
You.
Like, bro, they talk to you like you're just like beneath them. I'm like, bro, your time. Never mind. But the next little story, which is all intertwined, actually happened today. Matter of fact. So today, you know, it's Wednesday. You know, we got the little chicken. Everybody loves chicken, fried chicken, baked chicken, all types of chicken. So this man has some chicken, bro.
You see that mosquito?
He has some chicken, and I put some mashed potatoes on his little plate. And then he's like, can I get some more mashed potatoes? And I'm like, did you want gravy with that? And then he keeps repeating, can I get some more mashed potatoes? So I keep repeating, did you want some gravy with that? So we go back and forth until like, I had to shout with his tray. I'm like, dude, you want gravy with this? And he was like, yeah, I want some gravy, but can I get some more mashed potatoes? So I do another little half scoop about like, I would say like half a little, yeah, about this big. I scooped that in there, and then like he just loses it. He started flipping out on me, and I'm just looking at the man. So then he's like,
on break or something?
Yeah, she had one on break, so I was just there. I was just like, oh my goodness. So then I keep being petty, and I'll keep putting like tiny scoop on there until he just flips out, and then he goes to the person that works with us, I guess around his age, and they start conversating, and he just talks about how young people are just dumb and how they don't respect. I'm like, bro. Come on now. It's mashed potatoes, bro. Like, you can really go anywhere else. Like, man. But then, let me tell y'all about our boss. The cheapest. Like, oh, man. Mr. Krabs times 10. Like, this man is so cheap. Like, the cheapest. Oh, my goodness. Like,
he is
bro.
very
like, I know I'm cheap. But, man, that is another level of cheap. Like, I'm talking about, like, we'll drop a hot dog or something, and this nigga will rinse it off. He'll rinse it off and put it right back in there.
It's not, like, not on the floor. We're not talking about, like, on the floor. But, like, on the little, I don't know what that's called.
I say like a counter. It's like a counter, and everything's on there, so it's, like, dirty as hell. And he'll just rinse it off and just throw it back in there like nothing. And then the portions he be giving out, like, people complain to us.
Like, the portions are so small, and they spend, it's not like they spend a lot of money, but, like,
it's $5.18. It's $5.18 for a sandwich. You can go to Subway and get, like, chips, a drink, and a sandwich for like $6 something. And
then I think like our hot dogs are like $2 something.
Like $2.59 for a hot dog.
And for like a sausage thing that are probably like the most maybe this long if you get lucky, they're $3.19.
Bro. And then the people really be complaining. They be complaining to us. Like it's literally 1-2. They complain to us. And then and like we have to take all the backlash.
I don't know if it's because we're the younger ones in there. Because literally, I feel like we're the youngest people that work in this whole building.
Really, though?
And there's, like, a whole bunch of different... Like, we work in the kitchen. There's, like, doctors and nurses and people that work in pharmacies and shit. And I think we're the youngest people in that whole building.
Man, and people ask the dumbest questions. They'll come up to us and be like, okay, so this lady, she was like, can I have some chicken tenders? And we just so happened to run out of chicken tenders, like, completely. So I'm like, no, man, we're out of chicken tenders currently. So then she's like, okay. And she looks at the menu.
Ooh, sorry.
And then she's like, can I get a chicken tender sandwich? So then we just make eye contact, and you're like, she's so serious. I'm like, man, we're out of chicken tenders. So then she looks at me like I'm in the wrong. I'm like, I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, I mean, you want me to just pull the dread out and like make it a tender or something? So then she gets an attitude and storms off. So pretty much, like, these people get attitudes with us.
Yeah. Like, and then there's people, like, the food will be fresh and shit. Like, just came out, you know, fresh, everything just look good. And then there's specific people I see every day that will just come up there to complain about the food and complain about the food to, like, the other customers.
Literally, every day they come up, they'll look and see what we have, and they'll walk off. And then they'll walk up again.
And then they'll just look like this, and I'm like, can I get you anything, or how can I help you? And they're just like,
They don't say no. They just look at you and like,
or they'll be like, that don't look done. That looks nasty. That looks dry. That looks this.
And I'm like, bro, can you cook? Can you cook first of all?
Where we work is old people, so they can't have all that salt and all that extra stuff. So a lot of stuff is bland there. I mean, they got like salt packets and stuff.
But it's like the little tiny. But first off, it's not Red Lobster, so you're not finna get a whole steak and shrimp combo. And then like, bro, these nurses want like top-notch meals, but then like these older senior citizens, they want like some cafeteria stuff. So it's like, bro, we're trying to balance it out, and it's not working at all.
And my uncle, I guess it's his uncle too, but my uncle, he's a cook there, and he's actually doing really good, like trying to change up the menu, because now he's making enchiladas, and they're not perfect. Like, if he could make them at home and put more seasoning in them, they'd be even better. But they still good for them to be not much seasoning and stuff.
But yeah, them old, man, some of the old people, man, they need to relax. Because, man, they just come at us like, man, I wish you guys could really see how they talk to us. Or,
like, I usually am doing, like, the register. So, like, people come up there, you know, and be like, can I get a Coke? Like, sometimes they just will randomly just be like, they'll walk up to us and be like, Coke.
Yeah,
like, just like
bro,
that, just Coke. And I'm just like, what size? Coke. And they're just being rude about it. I'm like, what size? And they finally say the size. Then when they get their money out, they throw it. They don't hand it to us.
Right,
they will throw
slide
it on
the
counter.
I'm like, bro, man. But I don't think I've mouthed off to anybody yet. Except today when I was like, bro, do you want this gravy or not? Like, I was finna throw it on them. Like, that's how heated I was.
I get irritated, but I know how to keep my mouth closed.
Man. But other than that, it's a cool little place. Yeah, I'd be ready to spaz. I'd be ready to lose it. Like, man, it'd be like this close.
It's not just me and him who get irritated. Like, my uncle would get irritated because people like to come last minute to the cafeteria and try to order food on the grill once he's, like, turned the grill off. And then, like, our manager, she gets irritated with people because, like, people are just rude for no reason. So.
Man, and then they, like, oh, my goodness. It's just, like, how they talk to us. That's what really rubs me the wrong way. Because I'm like, bro, without that little degree you have, like, you're nothing. Like, we are the same. Like, that little degree, like, I'll rip it up and, like, we're the same.
And then they always like to ask us, like, because we had, like, this thing. We're not on contract yet, but, like, eventually, like, we'll be on are we on contract?
We're on contract.
Oh, yeah, opposite of what I just said. But, like, they really be asking us about that.
Yeah,
like,
they be getting all in our
business.
And then they get to, hey, how old are you? Are you in school? Like, man, do I ask you what you're doing? Like, how did you get this job? Because you're so dumb. Like, these people be so dumb. And they'll be like, what's something dumb someone ask me?
About the tea.
Okay, so we have this huge sign. Like, I'm talking huge. Like, the size of me.
Like, on their... Like, there's a big sign on the wall, there's another sign, and they're, like, on the register.
It's posted all over the cafeteria, and then it's, like, right in front of the register where they add. So they're like, can I get a tea? And I'll be like, yeah, what size? And they'll be like...
They'll see the sign, they'll be like, oh, any size?
Whichever one's 99 cents. And I'll be like, any size is 99 cents. And they'll be like, oh, well,
does that
the 99 cent
large?
one. I'm like, bro. And then they'll be like, I want an iced tea. And then I'll be like, sweet or unsweet? Like, I have to tell that like 1,000 times. I'm like, bro, do you guys not? And it'd be the same people.
They be real picky about how much ice. Like, with the tea, it's more, like, it melts the ice faster.
Because it's like room temperature. The tea is kept in like a room temperature thing. So, like, if you put a lot of ice, it'll melt it down to like maybe a half cup. And if you put a little ice, it'll be no ice in there after you put the tea in there. So then these people complain about how much ice we put in there.
Like, I try to fill it up all the way with ice because I know it's going to melt it. But then they be complaining about that's too much ice. But then, like, 2 seconds later, they're coming back up there talking about, oh, can I get some more ice? It melted. Duh, bitch. I told you it was going to melt. I tried to help you out so you didn't have to come back up here.
Man. But I mean, that's pretty much all we have about this job. I mean,
there's some cool people in there though.
Yeah, there's some cool people. You know, you meet older people that tell you some good life lessons. You know, at a young age. But then there's those people that swear they know it all.
We have an aunt now that works up there.
We pretty much got a family at work.
Yeah.
It's cool, but nothing too good has happened. I mean, we get tips.
Yeah.
And we spend it on crackers and shit.
Well, a good thing about that job too, like they pay for our lunch every day. I mean, it's only a $6 limit, but
I be getting me a turkey
not
burger.
With us. With
or
us,
a turkey patty.
It's more like a
$20 limit.
Yeah.
Well, she be taking home, man. She be eating good. She be eating good.
That's because like they're so cheap. Like for a chicken leg is what one?
It's like 160 something for like a. And the chicken legs be like yay big. I'm talking yay big.
Or the chicken wings are like $129.
And they're like
those bitches are even smaller, and there's barely. Any
and the breast is $3 for a chicken breast. $3. Like you can go to Popeyes and get like a $2 box and get hooked up. But man.
But I hate when people come up to our job and they talk about the food like, oh, we could go to McDonald's and get this and this for this much.
And then they act like they're forced to eat here. Like, you don't have to eat here. Like, you can really go elsewhere and I'll still get paid the same hourly pay. I'm like, bruh. Anything else at that job?
Did you finish talking about our boss?
I mean, our boss is cheap. Like, I don't know what more I can tell you.
He wants us to do a lot.
Yeah, okay, I get there, I clean, I help the cook clean. I'm not tripping.
He does stuff that's not technically his job. Like, our job is to put food in the container and give it to the people.
So I get there, I clean, I go out there, I help on the line, I help on the register. And then I have to go, because we have a little convenience store in there, so I have to go over to the store and help out there for like an hour, and then come back and help her on the line. And then, to finish out the day, I go to the store and close.
Or they'll randomly call him to build some shelves.
Right. Like, one time, this dude, he was like, Can you come up here? So I go upstairs, and this dude has like 3 big boxes. Let me tell you guys, I am nowhere close to a handyman. Like I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah, like he can't.
So he hands me this little instruction sheet with like 3 big boxes, and he's like, "Hey, can you put this together for me?" And it was like, I said like my 3rd week on the job, so I was like, "Yeah, sure, of course." You know, I don't want to let the boss down. So he locks me in this, not locks me, but he puts me in the storage room. And it's like just me. I'm just in there with 3 boxes and a bunch of shit putting it together. And then, so after like an hour passes, I finally get it together. And then he calls me. He's like, "You put it on backwards." So I'm like, oh. So I put this shelf together backwards. Which, I mean, in my opinion, I don't really care because he should have known. I'm not a handyman. Like, I put food in containers. Well, I'm not even good at that, really.
And the crazy thing is, I want to be full-time, and he will not let me be full-time. But, like, they always want me to
stay late come in
earlier, stay later, cover for people.
And then if we call in, like, okay, so we called in, like, it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday. You know, we had a lit Sunday. We was like, bruh, ain't no way we going to work tomorrow. So we call in, we hit him with we got food poisoning. So we call in or whatever.
I mean, truthfully, my stomach was hurting, though.
So we called in.
I didn't have food poisoning.
And this dude, like, he makes a whole, like, oh my goodness.
Jamie hurt his heart.
Yeah, he said I hurt his heart and I'm really breaking him because I couldn't come in and close. I'm like, bruh. First off, he didn't text her back. Like, he completely disregarded her message.
He didn't even text me
But he texted me, like, 2 full paragraphs. And I'm like, okay, I have a note. And that's all I said. And I left him on red. So then,
what was the other reason why we called in? Oh, our dentist appointment.
Yeah, we had a dentist appointment, and like, bro, they really think we finna go there with sore mouths? Like, no, that's not gonna work.
I mean, I got my braces off.
Yeah, so you know,
but
your boy coming soon.
Our appointment was at 11, and I get off at 2:30, so it made no sense for me to go in. Jamie gets off at 4, but like,
I didn't want to go in.
It was my ride,
which I wasn't. I mean, you don't need to know all that.
I drove myself, but it was just like, don't nobody want to go get their braces tightened and then have to go deal with these rude old people.
And not to say old like that, because I truly respect my elders. Like, I do, because, you know, they have a lot of life. And, like, they be telling us about their experiences and going to war and stuff. And, you know, I really enjoy it sometimes, but sometimes, and then, like, since, you know, I'm a young man and all, they be like, are you going to the military? Are you going to join? And then, like, one time, fun fact, I was actually going to go, test to join the Air Force, but then, I didn't have much knowledge on it. They was like, the hair's got to go. I'm like, no way. not today. So then I pretty much opted out of that. And then pretty much every male that comes up there expects me to join the military. I'm like, bro, it's
Nobody's
not gonna happen.
ever asked
Especially with
me.
Trump as president, like, I'll be damned I go to the military and have to actually, like, hop out there.
Nobody's ever asked me if I'm going. Nobody asked me about, like, they'll ask him if he's graduated high school or going to college and stuff, but they seem to just ignore me.
Colorism at its finest, you know, they just see a young black man.
But, I mean, I don't care because y'all need to know what the fuck I'm doing in my future anyways. Or what I did in the past. It's none of your business. So I just really, like, I'll be sitting right next to him, and then they'll ask him about, like, if he went to high school, if he graduated.
So pretty much they'll get all of my Kool-Aid.
And I'm just standing there. I mean, sometimes like, damn.
Like, bro, why y'all in my mix, bro? So then, oh, man. I think the last story we should tell y'all is when we got snitched on. So this is when we were working, like, the same exact shift at the same time. And it was slow. You know, it was real slow. It was probably almost at closing time. So, you know, it was like this, you know, cut it up.
Not really.
We wasn't even like this. I say the most.
We was like kind of like play fighting.
We was like this, and I was like pushing her or whatever. And this geezer, actually, he was sitting down eating popcorn just watching us. Like,
but, like,
the whole
he was
time.
in the cafeteria part. Like, I noticed him right there, but I wasn't thinking, like, dang.
He's
really watching us.
And this man, he was eyeing us. Like, he was watching, like, every action we did. So then he went back and he told, like, the little facility or whatever that we be all on each other and we be doing too much.
If we was all on each other, I'm pretty sure our boss would tell us something. I mean, for one, he knows we're a couple. He knew we were a couple from the minute.
And two, it's a huge camera, like, right over us. Like, he could see pretty much what we're doing. So
and
now
I know
every
he
time,
be looking at them cameras because they all around his desk. So he's got to be looking at them.
So pretty much every time that man comes by, like, I just give him the dirtiest looks ever. I'm like, bro, you snitched on us. And not to mention, he has to be in his 40s.
There's another lady who complained about some stuff before it too, and she comes up there, and they be with each other, and they just be, like, looking at the food all disgusted looking and talking about stuff, like, whispering to each other and laughing, and the point, like, this is not high school.
Man.
Like, y'all are grown.
Like, if a purge happens, and, like, they commence a purge, and, like, I end up going to work, like, they're gonna get it.
And the only reason we know is because our aunt told us about it. Because she said, she was like, some of these people you can't trust in here.
So pretty much somebody been down talking us at our job.
And the thing, like, y'all too old to be doing all that.
Like, really, though. Like,
I mean, he's
all
not
in the 30s.
old, but he's, like,
I would say
in
he's
his
touching
40s,
40.
maybe.
40. He's touching 40. Most definitely touching 40. But, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed our little vent/story session. Because, you know, but we're going to always keep y'all updated on what goes on at this job, if we're even there too much longer. Because I have a feeling I'm going to quit. Because, oh, man, working.
I don't like working, but...
Plus, school's finna start again. Working and school and the gym.
So, if he quits, I probably, hopefully, can get full-time. And I already make $9.59 an hour, y'all. And my checks have been looking right. Right.
But make sure y'all like, comment. Please comment what y'all want us to do. Challenges, what you want us to talk about. Anything, really.
If there's any story time, like, just put some down below. And if we've been through it, we can do those too.
Most definitely. We're going to respond to every comment. And we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.